Is one of the biggest questions facing Hilton Head Island and in the future. How to create affordable housing for people who come to work there. The town council brought in a study team to work on that very issue, and their findings are starting to come in. News 3's Andrew Davis is in our Low Country newsroom tonight. He has the details.
Well, 16,000 people cross the bridge to come on to Hilton Head Island every day to work. They have to commute because they either can't afford to live here or there just isn't any space. But with Bluffton booming and other communities growing, bringing workers on the island and keeping them there is the focus of this study and the focus of the entire town.
When you have restaurants closing one day a week, and when you have the hospital saying that they're having trouble recruiting for nurse tech positions, and you have the utility saying we can't get folks to live close enough, school teachers where they're turning over much faster than other places, that sounds like something that to be worried about.
Lisa Sturdivant and her housing survey team have held a dozen public forums and meet and greets in the past few months, both in and out of the plantations and with business owners. The goal, to get to the bottom of the workforce housing shortage on the island. To the employer, this idea of difficulty finding workforce, the risk to the quality of service on the island, and the importance of housing to solving the problem. Every single one of them had that same message. 200 homes or apartments available and affordable for people who want to work and live on this island. That's what the consulting team says is needed every year to keep Hilton Head viable. Right now, there are an average of about 160 new housing units on Hilton Head, but those aren't affordable for most. With a median home cost of $600,000 and people who make between $15,000 and $70,000 a year, they're forced to hit the road and commute an hour or more to work. Sturdivant believes more affordable homes and a public-private partnership could be the key to help, but it doesn't come without growing pains. Changes to land use, as well as financial tools, and the overriding sort of perspective is that a toolbox that will have to be a public-private partnership. The challenge is some of those tools may involve a change to a way of life that people have come to really value. Now, that final study will be presented to Town Council in April. Towns promise to implement many of those recommendations immediately as they look towards a long-term goal, which is a healthy, happy community who can not just work on the island, but live there too. Andrew Davis, WSAV News 3.